Welcome, friends. My name is Jason Clemens. Pronouns are he and they. We continue our read-through of Consider the Source, a Design for Living and Study Guide by Dr. Jenny Finn. We pick up today with page 44, Love and Serve Others. When I did not love myself, my life showed it. I had cuts and bruises on my body from falling down drunk. I attracted relationships that were dysfunctional and abusive. I had friends who took care of me because I did not know how to take care of myself. I tried to lift my self-esteem by helping others when I could not even help myself. My inner life was like a fire that was going out. I could barely feel the heat. Until I learned how to build my own fire, I tried to warm myself by helping people. For a short while, I would feel better about myself, but the help I offered was mostly about me. I just wanted to feel better. I had to learn the hard way that loving and serving others started with learning to love myself. We cannot change the world as much as we might want to. We simply do not have that kind of power. When we learn how to accept more of who we are, the world, which we are intimately a part of, changes. I had to accept that my life was not working and that there was no way I could change it on my own. Acceptance did not mean approval. I did not approve of how my life was going. Accepting the reality of my life and knowing I could not change it myself allowed me to surrender to the power of life, a power that I could not match, no matter how hard I tried. Somehow that power helped me to take better care of myself and to love in a way I had not before. When I trusted life, I came through a very difficult time with more generosity, less self-centeredness, and an emerging clarity about how to serve the world. As I followed the thread of my life, that clarity continued to evolve, so much so that it turned into a calling, one that continues to surprise me every day. When I reflect back on the ways I have served the world, I see a pattern. I am drawn to the dark, I move toward mystery, I value the unknown, and I love light. When I was 5, I taped fake plastic Christmas candles to the windows, even as they kept falling to the floor. As I grew older, I was drawn to one sacred tradition after another, finding a mysterious comfort in countless chapels surrounded by the wisdom of the mystics. I wanted to be near death, serving in the emergency department and hospice as a chaplain. I continue to stay close to the dark to better know the light that I love. Serving the world from this light is a mysterious, glorious, and treacherous path that I will never fully understand. This path has taken me so many places. No matter where it takes me, it always leads to love. In 1967, Martin Luther King Jr. said one of the best things I have ever heard about love. Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. This kind of love accepts reality. This kind of love calls us to a higher occasion that moves us out of our comfort zone and closer to the suffering of the world. This kind of love sustains us as we continue to serve the world with determination and compassion. In this design, we love and serve the world through these 3 practices. Accept reality. Follow your call. Keep going. The practices. Accept reality. The more we accept who we are, the more we can accept the world around us. When we cultivate personhood in a community that loves us, we begin to have the inner strength we need to accept the reality we live with. Reality grounds us so we can take more effective action. Accepting reality does not mean continuing with the way things are. Things change, they always will. The suffering of this world does not need us to fix it. It needs the kind of love Dr. King spoke of in 1967. This kind of love, which accepts reality and knows how to work with it, takes time and practice to grow. We cannot change suffering, but we can bring love to it if we have it. We come alive when we see every experience as worthy of this love, including our brokenness. With this love, we can creatively and courageously turn toward what is real. We can serve the world by embodying the love that we hope for and following how it calls us to serve. Follow your call. We are each a one-of-a-kind expression of life, and we are each here to love this world in a unique way. This is not something we want to miss out on, and the world does not either. Just like change cannot be forced, a calling cannot be forced. We can spend a great deal of time trying to figure out what our calling is or what we are supposed to do in this world. This design tells us this. When in doubt, love the world. Love takes many forms. When I pay attention to what I am drawn to and seek to love no matter what I am doing, my calling gets clearer. To live from that clarity is to live from a strong center, like setting the directions on a compass using true north. When we are centered, we are stronger vessels for the love that longs to be carried through us into this world. Life gives us signs that show us where to serve. When I trust those signs, I am continually called to service by life in unnerving and invigorating ways. Keep going. Creating a culture that takes care of life is audacious, no doubt about it. If we commit to that vision, we must know that the fruits of our work will not be seen for many lifetimes. It cannot be the fruit that motivates us to keep going. We must be motivated by something deeper than any possible outcome we could hope for. When building something new in this culture, where coming alive is not the norm, there is far more giving up than sticking with it, and much more resistance than support. The likelihood that we will keep going is slim. At Springhouse every year I wonder, will we have enough money and people who care about our mission? Will we have enough capacity and courage to do what we really came here to do? There are many more questions than answers. We keep going at Springhouse because we know that what we are doing is needed. I keep going because I am called to go into the dark and work with the hidden design beneath the surface of things. Life keeps us going, and we remain committed to taking care of life in all of the ways we are called. Love and serve others study questions. Do you know how to build your own fire or take care of and resource yourself? If so, how do you do that? If not, what impact has that had on your life? When you look at life, how is it a reflection of you and how you are doing? How can you discern if you are serving from a resourced place or from a place looking to be filled by others? What does it feel like to receive from someone who wants you to fill them up? When have you experienced authentic love and service? What did it look and feel like? Where do you get your strength and courage to be of service? If you do not feel like you are of service, how might you move toward service to others? What gets in your way of being of service? What does it mean to accept reality? How is acceptance different from approving or condoning something? Do you know how you are called to show up in the world? Are you holding back, and if so, how? If not, where do you find the courage to show up and respond to the call? How have you learned to trust life? What are ways that you do not? Are you committed to service? And if so, how do you keep going? How can you move closer to the suffering of this world from a resourced place? What did Martin Luther King Jr. mean by this statement? Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. How does that apply to the way you and your community love?